Is coming up. Also, Maine State Police say a toddler was fatally injured Saturday when his father was moving a pickup truck in the town of Naples. And the Washington County Grand Jury has indicted 2 people in connection with a fatal crash near Danforth. That's coming up along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, it's Monday. Let's see how the week is going to look as we check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Monday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Already the frost advisory has been dropped. We're going to hold on to the small craft advisory until about 2 a.m. on Wednesday. As tomorrow, though, along the coastline, some gusty winds up to 30, maybe 40 miles per hour cannot be ruled out. We had some rain last night and early this morning. That's gotten out of here now, and things looking pretty good out there. But clouds will be on the increase as you watch this next system that will be moving in soon from the west. It's going to be an area of low pressure. It's going to be tracking to the south and east with the rain. We'll begin to move in later on tonight and parts of tomorrow. That'll give us the best opportunities for some more measurable rainfall. That'll begin to approach. So here's the good news, though. We do need the rainfall, so plenty of that arriving later on tonight and lasting through tomorrow. The winds won't be too bad. They're kind of switching directions all over the place, so sustained winds not too bad at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But notice by Tuesday, things really get windy along the coast, so we'll have to watch things very closely in that department. So your forecast for today, most cloudy, maybe a few afternoon showers with highs in the lower 60s and an east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 40s, rain likely, some heavy downpours at times, areas of dense fog, northeast wind at about 5 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, rain showers cool out there with highs in the mid-50s, northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. In your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, rain moving in, temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. Saturday, almost a dozen people escaped an apartment house fire in Bangor when smoke quickly escalated into flames. Around 10:40 Saturday morning, the Bangor Fire Department received several reports of smoke at 345 Union Street adjacent to Charles Street. Assistant Fire Chief Andrew Emery says 10 people made it out of the building safely without injury. However, several residents lost their cats in the fire. Emery says the State Fire Marshal's office is still investigating how the fire started on the side porches of the home, but shares tips and best practices.
We would always urge be safe with any electrical cords, smoking materials, all that stuff. It is becoming close to wintertime with heating season upon us, so check out that stuff before you use it. And if you see a fire, call it in. Call 911, call it in.
All residents are currently displaced and the Red Cross has been contacted. The Bangor Fire Department rescued a total of 7 cats from that fire. Maine State Police say a toddler was fatally injured in a driveway when his father was moving a pickup truck and a camper trailer. Investigators said the father didn't see the 2-year-old boy who was struck Saturday afternoon in the town of Naples. The parents immediately took the boy to the Naples Fire Department where emergency workers were unable to revive him. The identities of the toddler and his parents are being withheld. The state police requested privacy for the family. The Washington County Grand Jury has indicted 2 people in connection with a fatal crash near Danforth. 35-year-old Ryan Moore of Danforth was indicted on charges of manslaughter, driving to endanger, and leaving the scene of an accident involving serious injury. 28-year-old Michaela Lowell of Danforth was indicted for hindering apprehension and tampering with a witness. The accident happened on May 29th. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says the driver of a Ford Explorer crossed the center line, hit 2 motorcycles, and took off. 50-year-old Don Charette of Frenchville died at the scene. Another person was injured. Republican candidates rallied voters over the weekend. Republican speakers condemned President Biden for past vaccine mandates and Governor Janet Mills' administration policies. Several candidates talked about problems surrounding inflation and heating fuel costs. Former Governor Paul LePage says he fears there will be a heating fuel shortage this winter.
Direction of the country and the state is going in a way that we're not pleased with, so it's very important to get people to the ballot box on November 8th. Actually, you can do some early voting as well.
So this campaign is going to be about faith, freedom, and the pursuit of happiness versus power, control, and mandates. And this is what we have to fight.
Coming down to votes.
Voters are encouraged to look up which candidates are running in their district and learn more about them before heading to the polls in November. Coming up, if you're paying off student loans, we have some information you'll want to know. That's next. We'll be right back.
The signs of summer are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And a day at the lake brings the family together. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort, serving northern Maine to Portland. With the push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever summer brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I broke my wrist and they got me $185,000. What did the twos do for you?
I injured my hip and they got me $260,000. What did the twos do for you?
I needed multiple surgeries, and Lowry & Associates got me $350,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Ellsworth, is sponsored by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales. Come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's not only a slogan, it's the way we do business. And Bucksport Regional Health Center has what your family needs for good health, medical, dental, behavior health, and more. Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Jared Golden promised to watch out for us, even campaigned as a fighter against Biden's reckless spending that he knew would make inflation worse. But 3 days later, Jared Golden cast a deciding vote for Biden's newest wasteful spending bill that experts say will hike taxes by billions on those making under $200,000. Maine families are already struggling too much on Jared Golden's watch. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Senators Susan Collins of Maine and John Thune from South Dakota have introduced legislation in Washington that would prohibit the Internal Revenue Service from hiring new enforcement employees until basic taxpayer service targets are met. Those targets include improved phone service and more efficient tax return processing. In a statement, Susan Collins said, quote, "Americans deserve a government that is responsive, yet the IRS has consistently failed to provide taxpayers with the service they should expect. Incredibly, 4 out of 5 phone calls from taxpayers seeking assistance go unanswered, and tax refunds have been unacceptably delayed. Our legislation would fix the IRS misplaced priorities by requiring the agency to focus on improving customer service and reducing backlogs." If you're paying your student loans, you may want to keep your eyes on your calendar in order to have taxpayers pay your debt. While student loan forgiveness is automatic for about 8 out of 8 million with loans, 35 million others have to actively seek relief. An application date begins in early October, initially online, but the exact date isn't known yet. Borrowers need to apply before November 15th to get relief before the student loan payment pause ends. On January 1st, 2023, interest begins building up and payments resume. There won't be another payment pause. The final date to apply for student loan forgiveness is December 31st, 2023. With Monday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
Experts say the rise of the dollar against other currencies is threatening to slow economic growth and speed up inflation problems. The Federal Reserve's raising of interest rates is the main driver of the dollar's strength. Another raise is expected this week. New rules may be on the way for large regional banks. The Wall Street Journal says federal regulators are considering forcing banks to add financial cushions to guard against times of crisis. The Commerce Department says sales at furniture and other home furnishing stores fell 1.6% in August compared to last year. Electronics stores saw sales fall 5.7%. And the IRS has received $80 billion tax dollars to beef up enforcement and now can't find enough workers. The Biden administration wants 87,000 new workers to chase down taxpayers. The agency also wants thousands of accountants and tech experts to help pursue American workers. I'm Leo Jonathan with Monday's Business on ABC 7.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the Maine State Pomological Society held the 22nd annual Maine Apple Sunday. When we return, we'll take a look at the celebration. We'll be right back.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Looking for natural, organic, and local groceries? Still here. Looking for special diet needs, bulk foods, and organic produce? Still here. Looking for natural supplements and health and beauty supplies? Still here. Looking for one of the biggest selections of local beers, wine, and brewing supplies? Still here. It's all still here at the Natural Living Center, serving satisfied customers for more than 40 years. Natural Living Center, Longview Drive, Bangor.
So why use Toyota service centers?
Well, you wouldn't use just any carpenter, would you?
This thing working? No.
Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Keep your long-lasting Toyota fuel-efficient and dependable. Contact your New England Toyota dealer today to learn about affordable September service offers that use quality, genuine Toyota parts. Toyota, let's go places.
I was just telling these guys about Jared Golden. He's a Marine who puts country ahead of politics. And then there's Bruce Poliquin. He's a multi-millionaire Wall Street banker who went to Washington, took all that money from the insurance industry, and voted to let them increase premiums. Worse, Poliquin said he wants to raise the retirement age. He's for them, not us. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and one Lewiston resident is trying to get the word out. Phyllis Rand has volunteered with the American Red Cross for over 13 years, deploying around the country to help with disaster relief. In October 2021, she says she donated blood for the first time. The Red Cross says they emailed her, letting her know that her blood is compatible for transfusions to people who have sickle cell disease. According to the Red Cross, sickle cell disease impacts over 100,000 people around the country, most of whom are of African descent. The organization says regular blood transfusions are needed to help manage the extreme pain and life-threatening complications many with the disease face. Rand says after learning how much her blood could help, she wanted to get the word out.
My blood type is not something I had any control over, but just knowing I have this gift, I want to share it with other people to experience the same thing that I did. Roll up your sleeve, donate blood, and it's just a wonderful feeling.
Rand says the Red Cross has few black blood donors, and they're working to increase the diversity of the blood that is available. The New England Outdoor Center and the Bicycle Coalition of Maine have partnered for their second annual Maine Woods Rambler in Millinocket. The event will take place on September 25th with a 100-kilometer race starting at 7:30 a.m. and the 50-kilometer race at 9 a.m. Matt Polstein, president of the New England Outdoor Center, describes the event as a gravel grind because the route will mostly consist of gravel roads with a few bike trails in between. Holstein also says the event is a great way to get people to visit the area and bring funds into it.
It introduces people to the Katahdin region. I think that, in some ways, maybe its most important sort of community role. The 100-kilometer ride rides right through the middle of Millinocket, and so it brings money to the area that help with youth riding programs and build trails.
Registration for the bike ride is on the Bicycle Coalition of Maine's website and is open until September 21st. The Maine State Pomological Society held the 22nd annual Maine Apple Sunday, and orchards from all over the state put their own spin on the celebration. Devin Dagnall has the story.
According to the Maine State Pomological Society, September 18th marks the peak of the fall apple season and is celebrated by orchards all over the state. Conant Orchards is one of those orchards celebrating the day, and according to the owner, Danielle Parsons, they're going all out.
We've got all kinds of samples inside. We have a really cool new wagon to do wagon rides. We have a new drink we're making called the Apple Blossom. It's apple cider with a donut and whipped cream and caramel drizzle on the top with sprinkles. It's really good.
Founded in 1945 by Alfonso and Teresa Conant, the orchard has seen over 75 apple-picking seasons, with the Parsons children making the 5th generation to be raised on the orchard.
It's been really cool. All 3 kids have been raised here since they were infants. They've been in here from cribs until now my oldest is 12, and a lot of our customers know them from babies and,
It's a family affair at the Conant Orchard with everyone pitching in, even the kids. James Parson, the youngest of Danielle's 3 children, explains how he and his siblings help out at the orchard.
We get the spray off them and we put them in bags and put them on the shelves.
According to Danielle Parson, Maine Apple Sunday is a great day to come out and enjoy the orchard, but she wants people to know that they're welcome at the family's orchard any time during the season. In Etna, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
We'll be right back.
Here, you can find monuments to veterans from many generations, except ours. Jared stepped up. Jared Golden joined the Marines after 9/11. He knew veterans needed to be recognized for their service. That's why in Congress, Jared fought so hard with veterans from both parties to build the Global War on Terrorism Memorial. This will be a place for all of us who served in Iraq and Afghanistan to heal, and for our families too.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because the memory of our fallen brothers and sisters must live on for generations to come.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I injured my torso, and they got me $195,000. What did the twos do for you?
I needed foot surgery, and they got me $215,000. What did the twos do for you?
I broke multiple bones, and Lowry & Associates got me $450,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Ellsworth, is sponsored by Complete Tire Service Incorporated, providing automotive repairs and tire sales to customers from Ellsworth, Bar Harbor, Blue Hill, and surrounding areas. Shirley's Yarns, Crafts, and Gifts. What can we help you create today? And Disconnected Tattoo and Piercing Shop. We are a family-friendly tattoo and art shop in Ellsworth.
Offensive and divisive. That's Paul LePage's legacy. But it's not just what he said as governor. It's what he did. LePage slashed funding for cancer screenings for women. He refused to invest in clean energy, kicked over 1,000 seniors off their prescription drug program, and even opposed funding to Meals on Wheels. So, if that's what Paul LePage did last time he was governor, we can't send him back. The top funder of A Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
Heart of Maine United Way celebrated its 85th year with a construction food drive and kickoff event this weekend. Matthew Juronsik explains.
I'm here at Bass Park, where local businesses in the Bangor area came out early to create constructions just like this. More than 200 volunteers and staff members arrived at Hollywood Casino Raceway as early as 8:30 this morning to begin constructing their sculptures. Members had 3 hours to design constructions made out of canned goods, with attendees voting on their favorite. Heart of Maine United Way Chief Operating Experience Officer Jesse Moriarty said this year's event lived up to expectations.
We've been talking about this being one of the funnest food drives we've ever done, and it didn't disappoint. People really came through. We had companies and organizations who built amazing sculptures. And actually, we collected 4,900 cans for folks who could use a little bit of a hand up.
The event marks the start of United Way's fundraising efforts while raising awareness about food insecurity and supporting local food pantries. Heart of Maine United Way President and CEO Shira Patterson says the need is greater than ever.
We know that more than 49,000 people in our 6-county service area meet the definition of food insecurity and food insecure, and we know that even more people access food from time to time.
The cans used in the displays will be donated to local food pantries across the state of Maine. Following the competition, members enjoyed a kickoff lunch and entertainment from Rick Tyler. With this being the first event under its new name, Patterson says this holds much more significance.
Well, we haven't been able to do a kickoff in person in 2 years. And so for us, coming back to this location is just really special to bring the community together as we think about our charge this fall to raise $1.69 million.
Reporting from Bangor, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
In celebration of 100 years, the Anna Shrine paraded through Bangor over the weekend. A.J. Douglas has more.
Hundreds of locals came out to enjoy the Anna Shriners Parade, and we spoke to a few to find out why.
Because my husband was the Shriner, and I'm part of the Shriner too because I joined the Daughters of the Nile, which is the ladies' part of the Shriners.
My husband is a Shriner. He's in the mini-car unit, and Shriners help kids.
Well, because my friend asked me to come with her, and because my husband was a Mason and a Shriner for years, and I also belong to the Shriners Widows Club, so we enjoy still celebrating them.
We came with our family and our grandkids, and we're supporters of the Shriners, so we're anticipating a great parade.
Several members of the Shriners organization were on the sidelines handing out water to those who participated in the parade. We spoke to members of the association who say it's important to celebrate as a community.
It's great to see everybody showing up today. It's a beautiful day, and it's nice to see so many people out with smiles on their faces and supporting the Shriners.
The Shriners Parade included clowns, mini-car races, and comical skits. There's no need to wonder about next year's turnout.
I wouldn't miss it. When there's a parade, they have a parade, I try to join in everything that they have going.
A work of art is coming to the town of Millinocket that embodies its history. Devin Dagnall has the story.
There's still loggers, there's still the community, there's plenty of people that grew up here that it means a lot to. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a showstopper.
Behind me is the beginning stages of Joy McEwen's latest artistic contribution to the town of Millinocket, a mural that will celebrate the lives of loggers and mill workers who used to live in the town and the history they created. Located in downtown Millinocket, the mural will consist of 5 sections, each telling a different part of the town's history. According to McEwen, the work will depict log drivers driving logs down the Penobscot River, mill workers leaving their check house, a log truck, an A.O. Harkness, and the town's mill at its peak.
Since the mill has gone down, we've struggled a lot, and I want to have people remember the mill and the mill workers and dedicate this to the mill workers.
No stranger to the work she's doing, the mural will actually be one of several McEwen has already been commissioned to do throughout Millinocket. McEwen says that the project has been in the works for months now, and she's excited to have it underway. The mural is funded by Our Katahdin, a non-profit organization working to promote community and economic development in the Katahdin region. A large portion of the funds were acquired through a local fundraiser held by the organization, which, according to McEwen, proves how excited the region is for this work to be done.
It's been a lot of ups and downs, and the community's trying to come together to rebuild Millinocket, and I'm grateful for all the support I get.
McEwen isn't exactly sure when her artistic vision will be complete, but she says she hopes it will be done before snow falls this winter. In Millinocket, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Now let's check this week's full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Monday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already a small craft advisory is in effect until about 2 a.m. on Wednesday along the coast. Gusty winds will be moving in as we head towards tomorrow. Now be causing some issues along the coast with some of those higher surf as a result. But otherwise, though, we're looking pretty good out there at this point, though. The sky cleared out for a while, but clouds moving back in this afternoon, along with a chance for a few rain showers too. We're starting to see some of that off toward the west now, and here it is right here. This area of low pressure will be tracking off towards the south and east. Now gives plenty of opportunities for some rain on the way, with up to 1 to maybe 2 inches of rain on the way for a few of us before we're all finished up. Let's go on a field trip and keeping an eye on Hurricane Fiona right now. Plenty of issues across the Puerto Rican islands, though, which has certainly been causing some flooding and some wind.